Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. My name is Alex, and it is currently 11:20 p.m. in the evening. I just got back from Liverpool. Literally just got back, and I said, you know what? I didn't have time to do a fan cam when I was in Liverpool because the camera ran out of juice, so we just didn't have any space to film. And on the way back, I just kept thinking about what I'd experienced and the day that I had what I'd been through as a fan. Now I can't shout because I've got people in other rooms, so I've got to try and be relatively quiet. But I know I'm smiling. I'm not happy. I'm absolutely disgusted with what I've seen today, and I feel inclined to just make a fan cam to share my experience and how I feel about what I've seen and what I've had to go through to get to Everton, what I've seen in the stadium and obviously on the way back as well. And I'm going to react to the players. I want to react to what Pochettino said as well after the match, and just generally with Chelsea perspective as well, because I know there's almost a divide already about Pochettino and the players and just everything Chelsea. So I woke up at 8 o'clock, so 6:30, and I'd been out the night before and I overslept. So I only had 4 hours sleep, but I managed to get on a train anyway, and I was due to get to the game on time. I spent £75 to get to Everton. £75. I travelled 3.5, 4 hours from Twyford, which is near Reading. Okay, and I did this all on my own. I obviously bought food when I got up there, maybe a fiver, so I'm up to £80 of expenses, and then I got a taxi, £10. So £90 I've spent to get into this stadium. I've gotten there. I've rushed 10 minutes before kickoff. Say hello to Charlie, Kev, Carlton, all of the people that I'm with. Give them the tickets. Boys, I don't think it's going to be a great day. Me and Kev predicted that already. We had a massive argument about Mudryk on the CFTV preview for Everton. I didn't think we were going to get anything out of it. I think I predicted 3-0 Everton or 3-1, one of the two. Or maybe it was 3-2 even. But I knew we were going to lose the game. And in the first 20 minutes, I saw some generally promising signs. I didn't think we played bad football in the first 20 minutes. And I think the effort level was much better than what we saw against Man United. And I do think that a lot of the players tried against Man United, but it just didn't come together for some reason. There was no cohesion. I just felt that players are more aggressive. Mudryk, as a key example, I thought he was getting stuck in a lot more than I've seen in previous matches. And that was very promising to see. And he was up against Ashley Young, who's 39, 40 years old. He's coming on 40. He's the oldest player in the Everton team. And Mudryk was utilising his pace every now and then, but not consistently. I was thinking to myself, you literally know what you're good at. You're going to outpace him and whip a ball in. Why are we not doing this more often? But Mudryk, generally speaking, I thought he was quite positive. Just struggles to create the movements and move off the ball into the right positions. It's so frustrating as a fan because you know where the player needs to go, and when the player doesn't do that, you're thinking to yourself, "For fuck's sake, come on!" But Mudryk, I think, will grow into that role, and for me, he's one of the players who can hold his head up relatively high after that match. Another player who I think we can take some positives from is Robert Sanchez. I think he made one or two very crucial saves. We can talk all we want about the goal he conceded, but I also think defensively, we were let down as well. So, we can have a lot of debates about that in in the next few podcasts over the coming days. He got injured. Reece James got injured. Cucurella got injured. 3 injuries, guys. 3 injuries. I'm here to criticize his team. Don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. I'm not going to just defend everything I've seen, but it's just our luck, isn't it? Just Chelsea's luck. And Reece James, we have to have a conversation about Reece James. And why is this guy our captain? Why was he made our captain? We knew that he could not play a string of games together without getting injured. Hamstring, knee problem. And again today, another hamstring problem. Reece, I'm telling you right now, get the surgery, take the time off. Gusto will fill in. And if need be, we've got the money, buy another right back, buy another left back. You know, there's so many areas of this team we need to restock. Because it is so true what people are saying when we talk about buying younger players. And I want to give it a try, and I'm glad we've seen it because now we know that is not the way. That is not the way to run a football team. Oh, God. I feel horrible, guys. I feel really horrible. I've come out of Goodison Park with disgust. Not because of a lack of effort, though. We're just shit. Chelsea Football Club are just crap. We are an average football team at best. That's a compliment to call us average, because average means you are cemented mid-table team, 10th. We're not even there. I was having a conversation with Carlton after the game, Kevin's dad. Relegation. That's what he said. That's what it's realistic. He said, listen, Alex, I know it sounds negative. I've got to be honest with you. That's where we are. And I said, you know what, mate? I agree with you. Relegation standard, this team. The way we're playing at the moment is relegation standard, because you can create as many chances as you want. If you can't finish them, it means nothing. We have the most big chances missed in the league out of everyone. What does that tell you? It tells you they're creating the chances. That's the first thing, right? And then you give props to Pochettino because he's playing a system which allows the players to create. And you're saying the players aren't good enough to finish them. Jackson's not good enough to finish the chances. Bro has not good enough to finish the chances. All the players are not scoring goals. Sterling, how the hell is this guy going to lead us forward? You think Sterling's going to be the answer? When we talk about ready-made talent, that is not the kind of player that we need to be signing. Now, we need a player who's going to carry us, a player who's going to push us forward. That's what we need right now. And I just feel very let down. I feel extremely disappointed. And I think that, you know, the arguments are really going to come out and the debates are going to start to get more and more heated between Chelsea fans on Maurizio Pochettino. And I will say it again, I do not believe Pochettino is the big issue. Do I think that there are some issues? Yes, absolutely. Like when we look at Colwell at left back, and why did we move Cucurella onto right back? Does that make sense in my head? Not really. But I mean, it's not an easy job, guys. It's not an easy job. And we talk about bringing another manager in. Pochettino apparently doesn't know his players well enough. So you think that bringing in another manager who's never worked with these players before is gonna actually make sense? That doesn't make any sense. Allow Pochettino to get to know the group of players. We might have a seriously stinky run of games, but from last season, we saw it with Potter. We sacked him. We brought in Lampard. Things got worse. And I really, truly believe that if we bring in another manager, that will happen again, because the players are trying to learn from one style, one manager. Don't bring 2-3 into the equation. It's just confusing. They can't develop. It's harsh on the players because they're expected to perform at a level they're not capable of. The group of players at Chelsea are just not good enough. Mudryk is not ready at this level. Jackson is not ready. Broha's not ready. Couldn't get game time at Southampton half the time. I wasn't putting my middle finger up. He couldn't get game time at Southampton. Why is he expected to score goals every week at Chelsea? What, Sterling? Just because he scored a couple of goals against Burnley and Luton, you think he's going to come on and make an impact? Cole Palmer, what? Couple of seasons playing as a fringe player at Man City. You're expected to carry Chelsea on your shoulders, which, by the way, he has done in a number of occasions. But you can't do that all the time when you're 19 years old. There has to be a spine of good players. And when we look at the money we did invest, these are potentially good players. These are already good players with a high ceiling, but potential means you're still going to get massive ups and downs. People just aren't ready for that. As a fan base, we're not ready for that. And you've got fans that are accepting this and fans that are just polar opposites. They're not accepting it. Everyone's right in their own way. This is the thing. People say I'm too positive. What the fuck do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I honestly, guys, I cannot bear to go to the game and just scream and shout at these players, all the time because they're not doing exactly what needs to be done. Like it's not enjoyable for me. It's not enjoyable. I am going to continue going to Chelsea this season. And anyone that wants to criticize the way I support my team and you don't even go, I forget if you're able to go or not, but you can't talk to me because I commit everything to this team, my career, my livelihood, my social life, my family life. It all revolves around Chelsea and will continue to do so this season. Absolutely. Do you think I'll put that much energy into this channel if I don't love what I do? But it's a dark time. It is such a dark time. And when they scored the second goal, Everton, I was on the brink of tears, guys. I was on the brink of tears. It's heartbreaking to see where this team is and the direction that we're heading in at the moment. And no European football for another season. That's so frustrating. I want to be traveling, even if it's Conference League. I want to watch my team win some trophies, competing, having the opportunity to rotate properly. We don't even have that. And you know what? I will say it. Everyone says it to me, the comments all the time. They say, oh, you never call out the ownership. You never call out the board. And I will say, like fucking hell, guys. Todd, Clear Lake, Egg Barley. Like, this is painful. This is so painful. So painful. And we've got these guys on 9-year contracts, 8, 7-year, 6-year deals, earning big money that other teams are not going to pay these guys. We have to commit to what we're doing. We do not have an option. We have to commit. If we don't commit, then it will get worse because you'll see it on the fan cams that I'm doing later that will be uploaded in a second. We have committed so much to this young project and we cannot afford to abandon that. And Pochettino is part of that project, right? If I am going to defend some of the decisions, and as I said, I'm not saying that every decision is good. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Pochettino did everything right. But Arteta didn't do everything right. Guardiola didn't do everything right. Guardiola lost 3 or 4-0 there as Man City manager in his first season at Everton. Arteta had some shocking games as a manager. I remember when he was playing, I think it was the Europa League, and they brought Aubameyang off for Willian, and you just thought, what the hell are you doing? It doesn't make any sense. And a lot of these decisions don't. But why are we so patient with some players, but we're not patient with a manager who's proven to be successful at this level for what we want, which is getting into Champions League football at the moment? Like, forget talking about trophies right now. We just want to get back to winning some football games. Even at Spurs, guys, even at Southampton, Espanyol, PSG, Pochettino did not go through a phase of not winning any games of football. So that tells me that the players are just not good enough. They are not good enough. Maybe they are being slightly mismanaged, right? Maybe they are. There's absolutely an argument for that. And maybe the recruitment team just did too much too soon. But that's also on the ownership because they're the one that had the criteria and we said, we want this, 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 and this. And they fucking signed them all. So you're left as a manager with a youth team to play as a first team in front of the fans. It's ridiculous, guys. Ridiculous. It's not even much of an assessment, to be honest with you. Like, I haven't talked too much about tactics, but this is how I feel. This is how I feel as a fan, and I feel very, very let down, and I'm disgusted with what I've seen. But yeah, I'm not going to be booing the players because I just think that if you're not good enough, you're not good enough. Some of them might be good enough. I think Badiashile was good enough. I think Fernandez is good enough, but not recently. I don't know why his levels dropped. You know, he can't kick a ball at the moment. He can't do anything right. But yeah, just it's very hard to be angry. It's depressing. It's depressing, guys. Chelsea Football Club. What the fuck is going on? But I'll be back. I'll be back against Sheffield. I want to see reaction, guys. If we can't beat Sheffield, season's a write-off if we can't beat Sheffield. It's that bad. But in January, we need ready-made players. Ready-made players. Victor Osimhen, give me some experience. Give the youth players something to grasp onto, something to cling on to for what Chelsea is. Because it's not the ownership at the moment. It's not the management. The players aren't cutting it. And to be honest with you, it's quite a toxic fan base at the moment as well. We're trying to support, but we have different ways of doing that. I get that. But just win some football matches. That's a great solution, isn't it? They can just win some football matches, then we'll be fine. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. This is a 17-minute fan cam. My God. I'm absolutely gutted with what I've seen. But all the best, guys. And